you Martians, welcome and welcome back to Planet Mars. Today we will be discussing OSDD again, and this time we won't be covering DID because I'd rather you get that information from someone that actually has it versus me. I will be reading an article for you because I noticed you guys really like that. I will be telling you exactly what kind of OSDD I have, and I'll be sharing some of my experience, things I learned from this article, and try to cover the point of view of most of the community. Now, obviously, I'm only one person, so I don't know everyone's point of view, but I have read different points of view from different people, and I just want to make sure I cover that. So, without further ado, here we go. OSDD. OSD 101. We are the Alexandrite system. When we first discovered our plurality, we spent... Puppy. Puppy. Hello, puppy. You want to say hi? It's my pupper! I have a lot of puppers, and this is an actual puppy, yes. Alright, go on now, pupper. You can sit right here by me. Let's start over. We are the Alexandrite system. When we first discovered our plurality, we spent months confused and distressed, because we didn't fit into a very rigid DID mold. A common thought we had at the time was, we don't black out or lose time, so surely we aren't switching, which means this must be fake. Which was incorrect for many reasons. Then we found out about OSDD, and suddenly everything made sense. I cannot describe the relief we felt knowing that there was a category of systems explicitly for those who did not fit neatly into the DID criteria. It allowed us to finally explore our system on our own terms without worrying about any sorts of theoretical rules or how we should be. Over the years, we found out that there are differences between DID and OSDD systems that aren't nearly as talked about as they should be. We also found that OSDD systems don't receive nearly the community or professional support they need. So they've gathered a list of things they think you should know if you are an OSDD system. Alright, so I didn't know this, but there's more than just A and B. A common identifier in OSDD communities is the ideal that OSDD 1A and OSDD 1B, the theoretical two boxes that OSDD systems fall into depending on the criteria they don't quite match. A1 systems have loss of memory between system members, but their members are not significantly distinct from each other, while 1B systems have members who are distinct from each other, but don't have memory loss between members. However, some systems don't fit into either of these boxes. The good news is that 1A and 1B, I see they made a typo up here, are not the only categories for OSDD systems. In fact, there actually isn't a 1A or 1B in the DSM-5V. It's a community holdover from the outdated terms DD in OS 1A and 1B. In fact, OSDD is meant to be a broad category that encompasses many partial DID experiences. For example, a system that has distinct memories but does not switch would still be OSDD, despite not fitting into A or B. And I didn't know that one either. So, they also in this article included a video and another article explaining this things further, so just look for the link down below if you'd like to read this article for yourself. Your switches may be different. The most common metaphors that tend to get used for what it feels like to switch are very DID-centric. Most often we have heard the ideal of one person stepping back and the other stepping forward, a complete loss of control for one and a complete gain of control for the other. However, this is not our typical experience as an OSDD system. Our experience is like switching places with one person and more like becoming a different person. Our continuous memory gives us more continual sense of self. I do not stop fronting, but who that I is shifts. In fact, a lot of your switches, until you figure out how to shift voluntarily, may happen without you realizing it all, and only realizing after the fact. I had no idea you could switch voluntarily. Every time I tried to make myself switch because I felt triggered, I felt like I was just faking. I had no idea that I could switch voluntarily, and when I did in fact switch, I was actually doing it. I felt like I was just a big faker, and I was like, okay, if I act this way, maybe so-and-so will come out and I'll feel better. Use your differences to your advantage. It should be said that OSDD systems who have shared memory with their system tend to have a leg up over systems who have memory gaps. In general, you are going to more easily be able to orient new system members on your current life situation and possibly be able to communicate with them better than DID systems. Take advantage of this. Your early system days should be spent getting used to the ideal of having other people in your head and getting to know said people. Now is also the time to start establishing boundaries. Set ground rules and your system. Set ground rules for your system. What are things in your system that everyone has to abide by? Make everyone feel wanted. I suppose this tip isn't specifically for OSDD systems, but a general tip that we always try to put out there. Everyone in the system has the right to be there. And therapists even say this to you, that you should do that. Get to know them, emphasize with them, just hear them, and really listen to what they say. I've heard it takes years of therapy to actually hear them. I watched a video by a therapist who said just pay attention to your feelings. Anything that's deep down, like maybe you want to eat kids' cereal for some reason, but you have no idea why, or you want to wear some funky socks, but that doesn't usually fit you. Just do it, because it might be one of them trying to have a little sense of self. My final tip is know that things will be okay. System discovery can be scary. It's probably thrown your life completely off balance for a moment. But know that it gets easier. Maybe not right away, but eventually. You are part of a strong community with a rich history and wonderful people. I hope one day your plurality is something that you can take pride in. Now, for some, plurality is something they take pride in, and that is completely valid. I want to say for other people, plurality is really, really hard for them. Especially, I think, people with DID. I know I said I wasn't going to discuss it, but, they have blackouts and such. And I think it can be very difficult to have OSDD as well. I know in my younger years it bothered me a lot more. I've learned to handle it a lot better as I've gotten older. So it's valid to both find a comfort and enjoyment and sense of strength from what you've learned from being an OSDD system, and it's valid to completely not want to be one anymore, to want to focus on merging and just be done with it. It's also valid, I think, that you can live a happy life without merging, because some people say they can, and some people say they manage it very well. It all depends. So, without further ado, let me tell you my diagnosis, and I'll explain what it means. Just kidding, I have no idea what it means. Okay. Because I have not been to therapy for OSDD yet. I'm currently working on my OCD. So, and I'm just going to shorten the full phrasing. OSDD, chronic and recurring syndromes of mixed dissociative symptoms. So that is my full diagnosis. There's no A and B in there. I don't quite know what it means, and I'm not going to explain my full experience with OSDD because that's a little private, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This comes from a really cool website, and the website is called, let me see, it's Plural Association. It's a grassroots nonprofit, and I believe the full website is called Power to the Plurals. Yes, it's called Power to the Plurals. And if you are plural, I really do encourage you to visit this website. It's got a lot of different posts from different people who are plural, so you can learn a lot. And yeah, I really enjoyed going there, and I really enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys liked it, and thank you for watching again. Bye-bye.